Now we have one of the test machine here called a test VM. In this case, it's a Windows 10 build, WinRAR. So you could see here this is a 1909 build, and all the settings that we have done needs to be implemented on this build. So that's what we are trying to do now within this short video. Let's actually go to the Intune console and see what we have so far configured. So we know that we worked on only Windows platform. Now let's take the example user. In this case, I would like to work with this specific user. Let's say Robert, or his login ID is rob@leninmylab.com. So this is his email ID, and I'm going to try to log into this user. And you can see here user's location is configured. This is mandatory for any user, otherwise it's not going to assign any licenses. So let's also validate the license part. So we have here Intune license. How can you validate? You could validate here. Microsoft Intune is on for the licensing side, and if it is coming as a top level from one of the group, then this could be inheritance here instead of direct. And coming back to the roles, this is a normal user, so there's no specific role, but a group side, I'm not even added this Rob to any of the group. If I try to add it also, there's no need, because if you see here, these two groups are not supported. That's the corporate devices and bring your own devices, because these two were created based on the dynamic membership, right? So whatever the device, it's based on the dynamic membership, it's gonna add. So this user, if he's gonna join this Windows 10 machine as what? Bring your own device, then the device becomes here as a membered addict. So that's what we are expecting, and we are not added anywhere else. Okay, let's go and configure the Windows enrollment process for this user. But before that, what we are trying to do, we are trying to do the Windows devices to onboard, right? You need to validate the Windows enrollment process is actually configured, right? So how do you configure? You just go to the by platform for Windows and Windows enrollment. So you need to work here under automatic enrollment process. So you see here automatic enrollment, and it should be configured. The scope, MDM scope, should be configured somewhere. So let's say if I have I want to allow all the users, that I simply choose this, meaning all my employees are allowed to use MDM provided with the Intune license. So if there's no license, then definitely it's not going to assign the license, meaning they're not onboarded to the software or to the MDM. So this is how most of the people will configure to all, and then the license they don't allow. They're in that way, or they actually scope here to some AD groups, saying that that specific users are compatible or have the license, like Intune test kind of thing, and then they just scope it to a specific users group. So the users who are member of this group only allowed. Let's say if you're trying to really design, we would recommend that you to create a specific AD group or Azure AD group and add those first test users, and then scope here to a specific group that you just created for testing purpose, right? So in my case, I'm just going for all. So that's it. Once I click on all button, it actually configures my Windows enrollment to all, meaning any user who has a license can enroll. Remember, we also needs to learn here in a Azure portal. The devices that are going to enroll will have a different status here. So if I just click on all devices from Azure AD, you look at here. Interesting thing is join type. Okay, there's a user called Chris is already joined his Android phone, Android for work, and you could see here join is AD registered. So there are different types, 3 different types will come. One is Azure AD registered, Azure AD join, and hybrid AD. So remember, my friends, this is very important. You might encounter 3 different statuses, and these statuses will define your bring your own device concept or corporate device. It will define, because there's no clear way to identify whether this is really a bring your own device or corporate device. So this is very critical. You need to understand the join types. Okay, so now we are going to try on a Windows 10 device with a bring your own device concept. So this is the lecture where we are going to try with the bring your own device concept. So you can click on start button to join the machine to bring your own device, meaning the user has this device is owned by end user. It's a personally your own device, and we are trying to enroll the user into bring your own device concept. So simply click on settings and accounts and work or school and say click connect. Now I would like to explain here a little information for you. Maybe let's say if I want to try to join this device into my Active Directory, I would use these options, right? But if I want to join, that is my corporate device, to Intune here, that's a corporate device is joining, and you wanted to manage, then you would be using Azure AD Active Directory. So this is the corporate method. So if you click on here and continue for joining method, then it becomes as your corporate device. But if you just put your company email ID on your personal device, this is your personal device. So on this personal device, you're just putting your email ID here and entering username and password. That way it actually joins as a bring your own device. And remember, my friends, this is a major difference between Windows 10 joining methods. There is a corporate device enrollment, and also you have the bring your own device concept, right? So corporate device can be automatically enrolled also with the hybrid AD join. All of that stuff can be done. But if you really wanted to do it, bring your own device concept, this is the only option, my friends. Okay, now let's remove the drawing and try to put Mr. Rob here in this case, and I'll just put it here, type it and say click on next. So it's going to ask me the password. Okay, it's going to ask my password, all of that stuff. So I'm going to put it here, the user ID and password. So again, I'm going to type in the password quickly, and that's it. If you have a multi-factor authentication, it might ask you. If not, it just asks for the enrollment process. You see here, it's actually asking me to approve on my multi-factor authentication. I'm just approving that on my device since it's configured for Rob. Now you see, the biggest thing is if customer asks for this, what is this? This is to use the Windows Hello. Okay, for a few people, they don't want to use the Windows Hello. So in that case, they could actually remove this configuration by going to the Windows from Intune portal, Windows for Hello. So this is where they can remove the configuration. If you see here, this configuration is configured for everyone. Let's say I don't want actually to configure, so I'm just gonna disable this configuration. I don't want TPM, preferred, all of that stuff. So I could do that. You could disable by configuring here as a disable Windows Hello for business, simple. So that's how you can disable. But in our case, this configuration was actually requested to disable. If you could go to somewhere here in the Windows Hello to be disabled. I think as per the design document, we discussed this somewhere. These configurations are not requested them. So we would allow to disable this configuration. That's good. So whatever it is asking for the point of time, that's okay. And you could cancel this for now so that it's not gonna configure that. Windows Hello. Skip for now Windows Hello, and the rest of the configuration is done actually. If you look at, you're all set now and it's connected. If you see here the button called info, meaning the device is enrolled. the device is enrolled, and it is retrieving the policies. If you see here, all of this stuff is coming. You can enforce by click on sync button. You can enforce all the time the policies, so it's going to sync from Intune server. Now in a minute or so, the required applications, the required configuration gets deployed to this Windows 10 device. So let's go to the Active Directory and see, do we see any other Windows device here? Yeah, we could see here there's a Windows 10 device which is coming, and this is also AD registered, not joined. My friends, it's not joined. It's not AD joined this time. And the owner of this device is Robert, and it is enrolled, or it is managed by your mobile device management solution as Windows or Microsoft Intune in this case, and it is compliant, meaning it even validated all the policies. So if I just go back to all devices and go to all devices within this, or maybe specific to Windows device within this, it might show up here in a minute. Yeah, it's showing, and this device has all the configuration that we have actually enforced. So it might take some more time to properly validate. And also you could see here, if I just go to a little bit left side, you could very clearly see that under devices, the ownership is personal. Okay, meaning bring your own device. And you see here, when we click on that, it also shows the same configuration with more information. You could see the properties of that specific device. It's a personal. You could change this personal to corporate. So you might have questions. Can I change this personal device to corporate? Yes, you could do that, my friends. When you do that, actually, you're gonna allow more in a more way to identify this device as a corporate or personal. That's it. And also, if it is a corporate device is changed to personal, then there are a few limitations come up. You can check out the Microsoft article, which is within this link. And that's all about the enrollment process. And let's see the hardware inventory. So we're just waiting for all the inventory to be populated, and also we could look at here device configurations, which are configured by us. So these things are configured automatically, and also device complaints. So you could see here some device complaints is not applied, but this is it says that there's no default policy. But in our case, we have already applied a policy, so it's not validated. So it might take us some time to actually show up here. Okay, and applications inventory will come up here, and the applications that we pushed, it will come up here. So Teams and Outlook got installed as required. So you could see here by going to the devices, now start button. So Outlook got deployed, you see here. And also you have Teams. That's okay. I'll just go to here and see the status. Yeah, Teams mission-wide launcher is installed. Trying to launch the Outlook. Let's see how this goes. So I didn't enter any user ID password, and I'm just choosing the configuration. Also automatically after few minutes, the Microsoft Teams is coming up. You see here, as soon as we click on Outlook, it is actually coming up. So we've not done anything much. We just waited for a few minutes. So in case if you have the Microsoft Office 365 license, it's gonna, doesn't take much time, it will come up. So in my case, in this test case, it seems to be I did not have Office 365 license assigned for this user. So that's how it's gonna work. So let's validate few other settings that are configured for this user or for this device. In this case, the Windows updates and security. You see here, it's preparing to download already, and also it is trying to download feature update to 20H2. You remember, guys, we did configure here for Windows feature update release. So this is set to 21H2. right? So it is this is what it is trying to do. 20H2 it is trying to download, then it will move to the next level. So one build to another build, it will go on. So that's another backdrop, maybe I would say. Even though you put it 21H2, it goes one by one. As you know that 20H2 is the first, later point 21H1, and then 21H2. So that's how it's going to work, the upgrade, but it might take some time or consume your bandwidth, but that's fine. But your devices gets updated and it will stay up to date during this update process. So that's what the things will work in this way. I hope this lecture is useful. So we did actually configure properly the entire Windows enrollment specific configuration, as well as the device specific settings has been completely pushed without any problem on bring your own device concept. So, and also we need to definitely have a look on the baselines that we created from a security point of view. Let's have a look on that part. So if you could just go to security baselines and the baselines that we have applied. For example, here it's going to be bring your own device concept, definitely. So the policy should be assigned for single device, and it should be applied all the settings, meaning the settings are enforced to configure on those machines that we configure from our Excel sheet, like Windows security baselines in this case. So all these configurations has been fully configured and it is applied those settings, meaning it is fully automatically created those settings on those devices. For example, I could log off and log in. So if I had in the previously maybe 2-3 characters of the password, it might be enforcing the password also to having a stronger complexity password, because the settings might be applying from here. Same settings goes for Edge specific also. It might be already applied for this bring your own device machine. And by the way, if you're thinking that how this machine was part of this, so if you could remember, under groups we did created 2 dynamic groups in the part 1 of this lecture, where we talked about the design, right? So if you look at all bring your own devices, we did actually use the device dynamic membership rule to any device that consists of the ownership equals to personal. We made it as a group, right? So if you just go to the members now, I should have 1 device. Not just the one. No, we could see the 2 devices, one from the Android, other one from the Windows. But forget about the Android, but at least the Windows device that we have been demonstrating is successful within this configuration. As a next step, we are going to try with our corporate devices concept. We'll be doing it in a minute or so, and you can stay for that. Thank you.